But let me say this. I have heard this so many times, and I've experienced it myself. But success is right there. Keep going. Most people give up just before they're finished, just before they start seeing the benefit. And I get the fear of wasting money for sure, because I've wasted my share. But have I? Didn't that waste of money teach me something that was valuable, that I could share with others? Oh, heck yeah, absolutely. There are so many fears. I don't know. Maybe you could tell me what yours is. I would like to talk to you about it. Share it in our Facebook group, Write Your Book Now, Authors Helping Authors. And I'm sure you are not alone, because there are many people with many fears. And let's do this. Let's get rid of the fear and put faith over it. That's what quenches your fears, is having faith of a better tomorrow, keeping your hope alive. But how do we do that? How do we do it? Well, I have a simple kind of way that I've used since I was a child. Whenever I needed to make a decision about anything, I did this crazy little thing. But I would take a piece of paper and I'd fold it in half. On one part of the paper, I would put all of the reasons why I should do whatever it was that I was contemplating. And on the other side of the piece of paper, I would write all of the things, all of the reasons why I should not do that thing, whatever it was. So then I would have right in front of me all the reasons, the pros and the cons. And then you could tell which one outweighs the other. That helps you make the decision. But we're trying to overcome a fear here. That's a little bit different, but you can use the same technique. So how would we do that? With a piece of paper. It's an easy way to do it, just a plain old notebook paper. And on one half of it, write all of the things that you're afraid of. It could be all of those things I've already mentioned. I'm going to tell you them one more time, and I know there's many more. These may not cover yours, but I'm going to tell you them one more time. If these resonate with you, come back and watch this recording again and go through your list, and it may provoke some additional thoughts for you that you can write down on one side of your paper. Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of being embarrassed with your story? Are you afraid of people criticizing you? Are you afraid of failure? Do you have a fear around being an imposter? Do you have a fear of not being enough? Not being worthy of success? Do you have a fear of making mistakes or getting lost in the weeds? Do you have a fear of putting out a ton of effort and still not making it? Sorry for the air quotes. They're probably so passé, but I do them anyway. Do you have a fear of wasting money? Do you have a fear of success? Whatever you believe in your heart and in your mind that you are afraid of, write it down on one part of a paper. And if you need more than one, just keep writing on one side, leaving room on the other. Leave some room between your fears as well. So on the other side, you can take a look at how to reframe that fear. How do you reframe these fears? Sometimes I think we get bogged down in the negative and we forget to reframe it to the positive. So maybe your fear is a fear of rejection, your family not being proud of you. It could happen, but I kind of doubt it. Unless you have a relative like my one author did that made her feel bad about her success. Like, you shouldn't be listening to people like that in your life. You set them with a clear boundary and don't let that take your joy and your success away. But say you do have a fear of rejection or a fear of failure. Say, let's use Fear of failure, for an example. On the right side of your paper, if you're afraid of being a failure, you could write something like, well, what is failure? Is failure learning how to do something better? Is failure completing what I set out to do? No, that is not that's not failure, that is success. Success is getting it done and being proud of yourself. If nobody else is proud of you, be proud of yourself. If you fear not being enough, do my exercise that I did after seeing Tony Robbins. I would write every day, I would write, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough for success. I am enough to get my book done. I am enough to coach other people. I am enough for you fill in the blank. I am enough for anything you desire. Keep writing it over and over again. And pretty soon, I could write that without the tears streaming down my face because I started to believe it. And I started to get things done. And I started to having more and more success because I believed it. I taught myself to believe it because I pointed out all of the reasons of my past successes and why I would be successful again today. I love that. And you are no imposter at all. So if you feel like, who am I to do whatever it is you set out to do? Who am I? Well, I am, and you fill in the blank of who you are. Make some good, concrete I am statements. I am a 70-year-old woman with experiences that could last a lifetime that I've had to overcome. Get around people who believe in you. My brother was with me last Friday. We went to his son's wedding. And on the way, he said, I've always admired you so much for the strength you had, all of the things you've been through. And look at you. Look at who you've become. You need people like that in your world. Let me help you. If you need someone, I'll volunteer for the job. So write all of the things on that one side of your paper, but then reframe them on the other. Reframe them into a positive way of looking at whatever it is you're fearing. Yes, you could fail, but you will learn in the process and do it better next time. So if you have a fear of failing, on the other side of your paper, you can reframe that to maybe I might fail, but failure is not failure. Failure is success waiting to happen, right? Find somebody's quote that you can grab onto to repeat over and over again. I know it sounds simple. I really do. But it is that simple. It is that simple if you take action. The one thing I know that gets the fear bug behind you is doing it, is doing something, is proving those, whatever those fears are, proving them wrong. Do it in spite of your fear. Do it anyway. Do it afraid, they say, right? You've heard that. Don't hold back. You could be helping somebody. And if you conquer your fear, let us know what kind of method you use. This is what I do, and it has served me well time after time. I especially look back and grab onto a previous success. And I say to myself, if I could do that, then I can do this. If I can do that, I can do this. If I could do that, and you might have a bunch of things that you've done that lead you and your mind, your logical mind, to believe, if I could do that, then I can do this. And you are worthy of the success that you've worked so hard for. You can use your fear to fuel and propel you through it. Keep going. Don't give up. On my bathroom mirror, you may have heard me say this before, I have a little 3x5. In fact, it's getting a little faded. I think I need a new one. 3x5 card, and it says simply, winners never quit. It has a little butterfly that I drew on it. The butterfly's yellow, or actually orangey, faded now. And the other part is in pink. And my housekeeper has to move, it's taped to my mirror. So she keeps having to move it so she can clean my mirror. I notice every time she comes, it's in a different place, but that's okay. I just want to be able to see it. And if it's in another place, I'll notice it even more. The saying goes, winners never quit and quitters never win. But I didn't even want to win. I didn't even want to entertain the thought of quitting. I'm not a quitter and neither are you. Just write it on a Post-it note someplace. Winners never quit. My thoughts of fear I can use to propel me through the fear and along to success. I think you have it in you to overcome whatever fear you have. Now you know what to do, at least one way. If you need somebody to stand beside you, please hop on the show and let's talk about it. If you would like private coaching, I do that too. Reach out to me on Facebook or look to my website, Lori at loriraup.online, and you'll see my calendar there. If you want to email me, it is Lori at loriraup.online. I would love to talk to you, and I would love to give you that emotional boost that you might need to get over your fears, because on the other side of fear is success. And you, my friend, are worthy of all the success you have in your heart to accomplish. You can do this. Years ago, I heard John Maxwell say something that really hit me like a ton of bricks. And since that day, I wrote it down. In fact, I don't remember now even what the circumstances were that I heard him say it. In fact, I heard him say it one way years ago, and it evolved over time. And I wrote down exactly word for word what he said, and I started claiming it in my own life. And maybe this will help you too. It goes like this. I want to make a difference with people who want to make a difference. Doing something that makes a difference at a time that will make a difference. If you want to change the world, you do it one person at a time. You can make a difference, and I can make a difference. And together, we can change so much that's happening in our world. I hope that you will keep on working on your book, because, like I always say, your message matters. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching the recording or here live. I am so grateful for you. God bless, and take care, my friend.